What if winning a lottery became the biggest mistake of your life? In this city, becoming a millionaire doesn't make you lucky, it makes you the most hunted person alive. And if you can't survive until sunset, every single dollar is gone. In the year 2026, after the Great Depression pushed California into a financial crisis, the government introduced a massive grand lottery to rebuild the economy. One lucky person would be selected from all the registered participants to receive an unbelievable cash prize. But there was one terrifying catch. To officially claim the money, the winner had to stay alive until sunset. According to the lottery's rules, anyone in the city was allowed to hunt down and eliminate the winner to countless attackers before hiding inside a nearby house. Thinking he has finally found safety, he lets his guard down. But the elderly woman living there pretends to be kind and harmless, only to betray him and kill him. As soon as he dies, the entire lottery prize is transferred into her name. Because incidents like these had become common, several private agencies were created to protect lottery winners. In exchange for a percentage of the prize money, these companies promised to keep the winner alive until sunset. One of the most respected teams was led by Lewis, while independent freelancers like Noel also took on the same dangerous job. Now, about 18 hours before the next lottery winner is announced, we meet a young woman named Katie. She was once a popular child actress and has returned to California hoping to restart her acting career. During her journey, Katie looks extremely nervous. Sitting beside her is an elderly woman who notices her anxiety and encourages her with a few heartfelt words, telling her that courage is always rewarded and that she should never give up on her dreams. Those words give Katie the confidence she desperately needed. A little later, the old woman gets off at her stop, but moments afterward, Katie realizes that the sweet old lady had secretly stolen her car. Meanwhile, this year's lottery prize is revealed to be an astonishing 30 billion rupees. On the other hand, Katie arrives at Shady's house, where she had rented a room online. But the moment she steps inside, she realizes she has been scammed. The pictures posted online were completely fake. Instead of the spacious room with a king-size bed she had paid for, she finds a tiny room with nothing more than a single bed. After that, Katie walks over to Shady. Katie then meets Shady's boyfriend, DJ, whose behavior is even stranger than Shady's. Somehow, Katie manages to get through the night and finally falls asleep. At this point, there are only 11.5 hours left before the next lottery winner is announced. The following morning, the toilet in the apartment above Katie's room starts leaking, ruining every piece of clothing she owns. Since she has an important audition to attend, Shady offers to lend her some clothes, but only after charging her 4,000 rupees as a rental fee. Having no other option, Katie puts on the bizarre outfit and heads to the audition. Once she arrives, things get even worse. Instead of charging the advertised 16,000 rupee audition fee, the organizers trick her into paying 32,000 rupees. Although she hesitates, she hands over the money and walks inside to perform her audition. During the registration process, she unknowingly signs herself up for the grand lottery as well. Only a few moments later, Katie realizes the entire audition is nothing but a scam. Furious, she demands her money back, but the organizers refuse to return a single penny and throw her out of the building. Now, Katie is left with only $10, which is roughly 800 rupees, to her name. And then everything changes in an instant. The grand lottery announces its newest winner, Katie. The moment her name is revealed, every girl attending the audition, along with the casting staff, immediately turns on her and launches a violent attack. Katie is completely confused because she has absolutely no idea why everyone is suddenly trying to kill her. After all, she doesn't even know how the lottery works. While desperately escaping the attackers, she accidentally runs into a group of karate club members. By now, the news has spread across the city that a girl named Katie has won the grand lottery. The karate students recognize her immediately and join the hunt. Katie keeps fighting, running, getting knocked around, and barely surviving before stumbling into a yoga studio where another group of women instantly recognizes her and attacks as well. In the middle of the chaos, a man grabs Katie by the throat and begins choking her. Just before it's too late, a freelance lottery protection agent named Noel suddenly steps in and saves her. In return, he demands 10% of her prize money and quickly makes her sign a protection agreement. Within only 2 minutes, Noel effortlessly takes down every attacker, leaving them scattered across the ground. Once the area is clear, he tells Katie that surveillance drones will broadcast her location to the entire city every 14 minutes, meaning they can never stay in one place for long. Without wasting another second, Noel rushes Katie out of the area. As they make their escape, Katie finally asks why everyone is trying to murder her. Noel explains everything: the grand lottery, its horrifying rules, and why she's now the city's biggest target. However, the moment they step outside the audition building, another wave of attackers comes after Katie. Thinking fast, Noel throws her into his car and speeds away before anyone can stop them. Meanwhile, people from every corner of the city grab whatever weapons they can and head out to hunt Katie. When Noel hears that Katie actually wants to give up a 30 billion rupee lottery prize, he can hardly believe it. While protecting her from a dangerous biker gang, he explains that there's only one way to forfeit the lottery. She must cross the city's border before sunset. After shaking the bikers off for a moment, Noel drives around a warehouse and comes out from the other side. Katie immediately tells him to take her toward the city's border at Grapevine. But before they can get far, the biker gang tracks them down again and resumes the chase. Noel floors the accelerator, trying to lose them, but one of the female bikers suddenly jumps straight into their moving car. Without wasting a second, Noel hands the steering wheel over to Katie and starts fighting the woman inside the vehicle. After a brutal struggle, he finally throws her out of the car. Although they succeed in escaping the gang, their vehicle is left completely wrecked. Still unsure whether Noel can be trusted, Katie gets out of the damaged car and runs away on her own. A few moments later, she spots two police officers and rushes toward them, hoping they'll help her. But the instant the officers attack instead of helping, Noel jumps in and saves her once again. During the chaos, Katie accidentally runs straight into a busy marketplace. Looking for somewhere to hide, she slips into a wax museum. The museum's security guard takes pity on her and secretly lets her stay hidden inside. Just then, Shady calls Katie and asks where she is. Katie refuses to reveal her location. However, a sound echoing through the museum gives away her hiding place, allowing Shady and her boyfriend DJ to figure out exactly where she is. The two quickly arrive at the museum, knock the security guard unconscious, and begin searching everywhere for Katie. After a lengthy fight inside the museum, Shady manages to wound Katie with an axe. Despite being injured, Katie slams the emergency lockdown button, trapping both Shady and DJ inside the museum before escaping through another exit. The moment she steps outside, people immediately recognize her. Before the crowd can attack, Noel suddenly arrives in a stolen police car, pulls Katie inside, and drives away from the scene. As they're speeding off, Katie finally confronts Noel. She tells him she has no reason to trust him because he'll only get paid if she stays inside the city. Since she wants to leave the city and give up the prize, she believes his interests don't match hers. She even points out that if Noel killed her himself, he could claim the entire jackpot. Noel calmly explains that he isn't motivated by money. He tells Katie that his only principle has always been saving lives, not taking them. Soon afterward, the two head to MJK's house to hide inside a secure bomb shelter. MJK has built a heavily protected panic room beneath his home for emergencies. However, before MJK can lock himself inside out of fear, Noel knocks him unconscious with the butt of a gun. He does this to make sure MJK can't reveal the panic room's password to the angry mob that is already heading toward the house. At that moment, Katie finally realizes Noel is genuinely risking everything to protect her. Outside, an enormous crowd surrounds the house and desperately tries to break into the panic room. Meanwhile, Shady drags the unconscious MJK to the swimming pool and throws him into the water to wake him up. As soon as he regains consciousness, she forces him to reveal the panic room's password and immediately rushes toward the entrance. Seeing that the situation is getting completely out of control, Noel reluctantly decides he has no other choice and places a call to Lewis. Noel calls Lewis and asks him to remotely detonate every phone belonging to the people surrounding the panic room so they can escape. Just as Shady enters the correct password and opens the panic room door, everyone's phones suddenly explode at the same time. The unexpected blast throws the crowd into complete chaos, giving Katie and Noel the perfect opportunity to slip away. Outside, Lewis and his team arrive intending to escort only Katie. However, because Katie refuses to leave without Noel, they are forced to take him to their headquarters as well. Once they arrive, Katie once again tells Lewis that she wants to withdraw from the lottery. Lewis assures her that as long as she's under his protection, no one will be able to touch her, so there's no reason to give up the jackpot. In return, he demands 30% of the prize money as his fee. Katie agrees, but only if Noel also receives 30% from Lewis's share. After thinking it over, Lewis accepts her condition. To keep Katie hidden, Lewis decides to move her into one of his underground bunkers. Before leaving, doctors stitch up Katie's wounds, and with the help of advanced AI technology, they completely disguise her appearance, transforming her into an elderly Chinese man so no one can recognize her. Soon afterward, Lewis secretly tries to separate Katie and Noel once again. Realizing what he's doing, Katie kicks Lewis, while Noel unlocks the main entrance and allows the angry crowd to rush inside. Because of Katie's new appearance, nobody realizes she's standing right in front of them. Noel tells Katie to escape on her own while he stays behind and allows himself to be captured. Katie quietly hides inside Lewis's self-driving car. As the vehicle automatically leaves the headquarters, she eventually disables the autopilot and changes its destination. Meanwhile, at the theater, Lewis reveals a shocking truth to Noel. During their last mission together, it wasn't the enemy who killed the team. Lewis himself himself betrayed everyone, murdered his own men, stole all the gold, and used it to build his massive empire. Until this moment, Noel had always believed the entire squad had died during a failed mission. At the same time, only 15 minutes remain before the jackpot officially closes. Katie finally reaches the theater and threatens to take her own life unless Lewis releases Noel. She reminds everyone that if she dies by suicide, nobody will receive the jackpot. On top of that, she's live streaming everything from her phone, meaning the entire city is watching. Realizing he has no choice, Lewis tosses the key to Noel's handcuffs toward him. Katie immediately seizes the opportunity, kicks Lewis off the stage, and sends him crashing to the floor below. At that exact moment, Katie's live location is broadcast once again, causing hundreds of people to rush toward the theater in hopes of claiming the jackpot. Noel finally frees himself and begins fighting Lewis. As the crowd storms inside, Katie climbs onto a giant hot air balloon hanging above the stage. With only 2 minutes left, Lewis follows her onto the balloon and grabs hold of her. Now, just 1 minute remains. Lewis shoves Katie off the balloon, but while falling, she manages to catch hold of a metal support frame. Before letting go, she secretly pulls the pin from Lewis's hand grenade. A second later, Katie releases the frame and drops toward the ground, while Lewis is caught in the grenade's explosion and is killed instantly. People waiting below quickly stretch out a large piece of fabric, safely catching Katie before she hits the ground. At that exact moment, the countdown reaches 0. The jackpot officially ends, and the same people who had spent the entire day trying to kill Katie suddenly begin cheering and celebrating her victory. Grateful for everything he did, Katie offers Noel 50% of her winnings as a reward for saving her life. Soon afterward, the owner of the lottery personally arrives and hands Katie the official jackpot check. 6 months later, Katie and Noel use their fortune to launch a free protection agency dedicated to helping future lottery winners survive. Alongside it, they open a self-defense training center for children, a pizza shop, and several other successful businesses. Noel even fulfills one of his biggest dreams by buying a luxurious superyacht, where the two enjoy their new life while embracing the changes that come with becoming incredibly wealthy. Elsewhere, MD becomes so paranoid that he orders a second panic room to be built inside his original panic room. He also places an order for the same drugs he found on Noel's yacht, convinced they're the best he's ever seen. Meanwhile, the government begins discussing plans to expand the deadly jackpot system across the entire country. And with that, the story comes to an end. If you enjoyed this movie explanation, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss another exciting movie